Hello, hello. Have you ever stared at a blank wall and then at your artwork and then back at your wall and felt completely overwhelmed about where to start when it comes to hanging up wall art? Well, I was right there this past week and I want to share my experience with you and what I learned. You're listening to Home DIYs for Busy Women, a safe space to dream, learn, make mistakes, and talk about the real stuff when it comes to home DIYs and beyond. I'm Sherry, a self-taught, passionate home DIYer, working mom of two girls living in the west coast of British Columbia. I am passionate about helping you create a home you love. So I have been agonizing over wall art for a shiplap wall in our living room for an embarrassingly long time, like 18 months since we last did our reno. It's just been this big blank canvas. And at the beginning of this month, I had my birthday, and my mother-in-law, I think, gave me a big hint where she gave me a gift card to use at Urban Barn for this wall art that I had been talking about. And so it just so happened that the following week they had a 20% off sale on wall art. So I was like, okay, I think this is my time. And so I took the plunge and bought this like beautiful large 3-piece set for our living room wall. Brought it home, like picked it up a couple days later, brought it home, and I was so excited. I'm like, yes, I'm going to make like this huge, big impact statement in our house. I'm going to feel so good about it, and I'm going to get it all done because I work tomorrow and the next couple of days, and I'm going to get this done. And I got home, and my husband gave me a huge reality check. I mean, I think he could have been a bit more delicate about it, but he's like, you're not going to get that done today. I'm like, yes, I am. Like, why not? Like, I went to Canadian Tire. I got my 3M, like, Velcro Post-it strips. I got what I need. I'm like, I'm going to get this done. He's like, okay, but like, we have like baseball practice tonight, and like, I'm in the middle of making dinner. Like, how are you going to get this done? I'm like, I will get it done. And so I set out to, I had this plan. I actually used YouTube to map out with painter's tape where I was going to put everything up on the wall, and, was using a level, making sure everything was just right. And I was like, you know what, instead of pencil, I'm going to map everything out with painter's tape. So it's really visual. And when I'm hanging things up, it'll look great and it'll just be easier. And so, after about like 40 minutes of tinkering with the painter's tape, I call my husband over. I'm like, okay, I'm about to hang it up. Like, I just need you to hold the level and make sure everything is completely, level. And we stick it on, and then he kind of looks. He's like, that painter's tape that you used as a guide, like the 3M stickers are right on that painter's tape. And over time, that painter's tape is going to loosen and your picture is going to fall. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay. And so we took it down. I didn't have extra 3M stickers to use. And so I was like feeling super frustrated and defeated. And I just had to take a breath and be like, okay, well, I guess it's not getting done tonight. And so I put them off to the side, and we had dinner as a family. And I'll be honest, I was irritated. I was like, I really just wanted to like get this project done. And it really tested my patience that I had to wait. It was Wednesday. I had to wait until Saturday to hang it up because I was working and my husband was working. We just didn't have the time. And so it did give me time to think about, okay, like how can I plan this out better and set myself up for success? And so I actually used ChatGPT, and I entered in the dimensions of the wall art that I was wanting to hang up. I entered in the height and width of my wall, as well as the height and width of the couch that the art was going to be around. And I gave all the dimensions, and I said, where should I be hanging these paintings based on like proper decor standards? And it spat out a whole bunch of measurements, and I was able to use that, map it out with painter's tape for the bottom. And then I used like a shop pencil and a level to kind of map out the spacing between each picture, which is, I did 2 inches in between each one. And so I triple checked my measurements, and when I was ready, I called Matt up, and like I cleaned the wall with like rubbing alcohol like you're supposed to, firmly pressed those 3M stickers on, and using Matt's help, we were able to hang it up level, and it went actually pretty smoothly after I had made a whole bunch of mistakes. So, and I'm happy to report that what is it, like 5 days later now, the pictures are still hanging up. So I'm hopeful that it'll work well. Yeah, so it's really not an easy thing. And I felt like just very frustrated. Like, why am I not getting this faster? And so I just wanted to share 3 takeaways for you that I think are important from this lesson. So the first one is to use the tools that are available to you. You don't need to figure everything out alone. So using ChatGPT to calculate your measurements, I think is very resourceful and smart. And it's, I think, the exact modern shortcut that us busy women need to know about to get these projects done faster, because we all have this huge to-do list that we're slowly plugging away at, right? So technology is your friend, my friend. The second takeaway I have is mistakes are part of the process, and it's not a sign that you're failing. I had to really remind myself that while I was going through this process. So for me, it was like getting it wrong with painter's tape the first time didn't mean that I wasn't capable of doing this. It just meant I had to kind of change my approach and try again. So just a reminder that progress over perfection is always the goal. And for like every DIY project that you do is going to teach you something that you'll bring into the next one, which is definitely what I'll be taking into my wall art hanging projects in the future. And the third takeaway I want to leave you with is to break up a big, overwhelming task into small, manageable steps is how you get things done. If we're looking at the big, like, I need to get this wall art hung today, and it feels huge because I have to get all these things done beforehand, you're kind of stuck in paralysis. And so breaking it up into small steps of, okay, I'm going to measure, and then I'm going to put those measurements into ChatGPT. I'm going to get an idea of where I need to mount things out. I'm going to double, triple check where I'm placing my painter's tape and my pencil markings. And then from there, I'm going to clean the wall. I'm going to hang up the stickers. Like, so if you're breaking any type of project that you're doing into those small, manageable steps, you'll be making progress forward, and it'll feel way more doable. And so I truly believe that method, that step-by-step approach is available to every busy woman. And we just need to remind ourselves that when we're just like got those headlights on, focused on getting the project done, is to just take a step back and break it into manageable steps. I'll post everything in the show notes about what I use to hang the wall, and where you can find the 3M stickers, and also a little cheat sheet on what I learned, as well as if you're looking for some help in the DIY space, I'm your girl. I offer in-home training sessions where I can work with you to help get a project started, such as painting or caulking, and just give you the confidence to get going, as well as you can book a call with me, and I'll be hosting a accent wall workshop coming up in May, which I'm excited to start talking about. Anyways, I really appreciate you listening, and I would love to hear from you. Drop me an email, message me on Instagram. Love to hear your thoughts and what you're working on. Take care and have a really good day.